active. What's going on? Welcome into the channel. I'm hoping my audio is working right now. I super appreciate you tuning in. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at the energy. Okay, good. Sorry. I had to make sure I brought another device to make sure that things were working appropriately. So I appreciate you. We're going to look at the energy for this next week via, hey, Karen, what's going on? And welcome in, girl. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, we're going to look at the energy via the tarot astrology and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. I am very sorry about all the audio difficulties. It's something that's happening on YouTube's end. I don't know what's going on, but I've had many a video that has not worked. So I super appreciate all the people who have, Karen being one, who have definitely just gave me a heads up because I didn't know otherwise. I like literally recorded a 50-minute reading and had no idea. So I appreciate it. And, we're in Mercury retrograde right now. So it kind of makes sense. Communication, technology can always be a little wonky, etc. And it's an interesting time right now. We're like astrologically, things have been a little bit okay. Like we energy is not super intense, the transits are not super crazy, etc. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. I do apologize because I think like last week I just didn't know what to do, so I didn't try again. So I apologize for that. I thought it was my own problem, but thankfully it's on YouTube. YouTube and Mercury retrograde, right? So as things go, I mean, right now things are like communication is a little bit wonky. We're trying to figure things out. Relationships are being reshuffled. And it's not the easiest energy, right? Like we're just trying to, not that things are bad. And that's what I was kind of saying about the astrology. Like it's not a bad thing. It's not that things can't happen, but we need to be a little bit more patient or intentional about how we are approaching the energy because there are aspects of it that feel really heavy, that feel really overwhelming. Hence, that need to just slow down a little bit, take our time, not be too aggressive with our choices, with our decisions, making sure that we are thinking and processing through, not just doing things off the heat of the moment or the heat of the emotion is what I want to say, right? Because sometimes we get really offended on what people do, and rightfully so. Also, it can sidetrack us from what the end goal is, so to speak, if that makes sense. I think it does, right? Like it's just about re-regulating, not getting too down and out about things we can't control, essentially. And that's where we're at with Pisces season. Pisces is a very intuitive energy. It makes it hard to not see between the lines, right? Like it makes it hard to not see the kind of the hidden intentions or the hidden realizations around people, around choices, situations, etc. And so we're in this phase where we're trying to figure out like, okay, well, if this is what is happening in this space, then what am I going to do for me? And sometimes that's a really hard question to ask, right? Because when we invest in something, we want to make sure it's working out for us and giving it the benefit of the doubt or whatever it may be. There's a lot of reasons why we hold on to things. I'm not a huge proponent of just like cutting things off per se. I think it's really good to kind of figure things out first in terms of processing through uh, really understanding what's happening, the reality, the information that you're receiving, and then making a decision out of wisdom, etc. That's also why I like to start off our readings with an energy cleansing. Excuse me, cleansing. An energy cleansing just to set the tone, set the vibe, cleanse out places we might feel blocked or limited. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you want to give over to spirit. Definitely give that over, be open to receive. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services, and readings are one of them. If you're interested, definitely hit me up. I look into current situations, where it's headed, etc. Or if you are looking for more of a rebalancing of yourself, your mind, your body, your soul, definitely sorry. I'm getting all sidetracked. I apologize. I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. So when we're aligned, when we're feeling strong and grounded in self, which I'm not right now, apparently, it helps us feel happiness, fulfillment. Like it also helps us manifest the desires of our heart, etc. And I would love to help support that in whatever way for you. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. My website should be up and running by the end of the month. Don't hold me to it, but that's the goal. So definitely get into contact if you're interested. I would love to connect with you as well. No pressure, obviously. All right, let's get into the reading. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama love. We all need that love, yeah. We all need that love. We need a little extra love right now, I think. That's my opinion. Well, I think we can always use a little extra love. But I'm feeling an energy coming off of you this week of just like, it's anticipation, but it's coming from the space of not feeling secure and confident in self. And I think it's a little counterintuitive because I feel like you've kind of been in a place where life has been moving a little bit, moving forward, where you're feeling more. Gosh, dude, this has come out for us, this overarching energy of inner conflict resolution, which makes a lot of sense because I'm picking up like there's actually more happening behind the scenes than maybe even what you even understand, right? But there's something about this that's like weighing you down, is what I hear. Um, and I think that you're in a space, what I'm hearing is this week is about identifying what that weight is. Like I'm hearing it in terms of like ball and chain. Recognizing that like you don't have to carry that weight. And if anything, that weight feels a little bit detrimental to you. But I'm not quite sure that you see it in that way, inner truth. It's like you're waiting. You're waiting on something. You're waiting on something that has yet to be revealed. And that's not a bad thing per se, but it does kind of conflict with where you're at right now. What I'm hearing is like, yes, answers are coming in, and I think you will receive what you need to receive. Right time, right place. I know that's a little annoying, but that value of divine timing has been coming out a lot lately. And that's that part where it's like not getting too caught up in the hubbub of what you can't control, or getting too like fixated on certain things that aren't worth your time right now. Evolve into your complexity. Like, and we've been talking a lot about this, excuse me, at the channel, where, okay, so we don't have a lot of movement. If we're not having movement, or if we're not seeing certain things manifest how we hope, how we anticipate, then it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can actually just be something that's helping us, like giving us time and space to be our own self, our best version of self, or learning how to understand ourselves, right? Like connecting with who you are. Um Acknowledging those places of your beauty, of what you bring to this world. And it might feel a little overwhelming or like complex because of where you're at, but it doesn't mean that that's like, I feel like I'm hearing you're almost like there are things that are being made out to be more complicated than what they actually need to be. And I get that energy 100%. Like, I'm a huge perpetrator of that. When we need to just relax and not be so like in the energies like I gotta do, or I gotta make happen, or like whatever that is. You don't have to be so stressed out about what's going on right now. If anything, there's actually a lot of passive energy that's supporting you. And we see this in the astrology. I think beginning of the week, or throughout the beginning, midweek, etc., it's a little more tense than what we would like. The things that we're encountering are forcing us to get really clear on what you think, what you feel, what you believe, and then what you're going to do with that information. Not all is manifesting in this time, in this space. And I think you kind of know that. I don't think that's anything new. I feel like, if anything, we've had that message a lot in our readings. Like, things are taking a minute, and that's okay. You're having a hard time connecting with yourself, being okay with yourself, and like seeing the goodness of who you are. I feel like there's a lot of other things that are overshadowing that and making you, or like putting you in a position that like you don't really want to be in. Like, I think this is like, I'm seeing this as you like second guessing yourself, not loving yourself, maybe giving the benefit of the doubt to other people before you give that to yourself. Not putting yourself out there. If you've been in a time where like you haven't really connected with a lot of people, a lot of situations, because there is this internal struggle. That's what I see. Like, this week, it's a little bit of that, right? Like, getting right with yourself, really understanding who you are, what you think, what you feel, and what you deserve. But all those things are kind of difficult to come to find harmony, balance with, especially if we're not right in those spaces in this moment in time. Inner conflict resolution. All right, let's get into the tarot. Okay. Seven of Wands. Makes sense. We have some defensive energy coming out on both ends. Seven of Wands, Four of Wands, difference of opinion, different of understanding is what I'm seeing. Knight of Coins, someone who just doesn't get it. And it's making it really hard for you to like wait. And there's a lot of waiting energy. And excuse me, I'm not saying this is going to be a forever thing. I actually feel like there's more momentum as we're doing these readings. Like there's a lot more energy kind of catering towards like growth, evolution, positive, whatever. But I think like as long as you're in this waiting phase, or you feel like you're in this waiting phase, the Ten of Cups, we got that earlier too. And the Knight of Cups. Okay. Let me pull a little more. Communication with the Page of Swords and the Magician. He's been coming out for us a lot lately. I feel like someone's trying to talk to you. Someone wants to make things better. But there is this energy of like, they want to hold on to their own stuff. Like they're not willing to give up anything. That's what I keep feeling. And even in that, like, as I'm like trying to channel messages or whatever, it's like this energy of resistance. Whatever they're presenting to you feels a little bit pretty. It feels a little ideal. But it's not necessarily true, or the truth of it feels a little bit immature, not fully developed, not fully seen and understood. It's something that's going to make someone else very happy and not necessarily you. It looks like you're just trying to stay balanced in the process, trying to wait out exactly what is happening, what will happen. I feel like you've kept yourself stagnant for someone for a long time. And now you have an opportunity to break away. Yeah, Ace of Cups. You have an opportunity to break away and evolve as an individual. Become a stronger version of yourself. And someone, I don't know, I don't even feel like they're paying attention to it, because this is a little bit of an arrogant energy. Like if you're going to do what you're going to do, and then you're going to come back to them and everything will be fine type vibe. But that's not how it's looking. That's what they perceive. But I think that that's kind of where this like inner conflict resolution comes into play. Right? Like you are actually doing the work, or you're seeking more balance, more stability in your life. And in a way that I feel like the pushback that you have received not good, bad, right, or wrong. It's actually helping you be a better version of yourself, right? Like you're not even sitting here like being mad about what's happening in your life. You're just like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And yeah, sometimes it does suck. Sometimes it does provoke my emotions or whatever this is, but you overcome. You always find a way to kind of like end out on top, or that's how it's coming through. Maybe whatever you're dealing with doesn't feel the same way. I think they're wanting to see a little bit more of a reaction from you. It looks like you're trying to like hold your cards close to your chest, so to speak. You're not revealing a lot, or maybe you're just, you know, separating yourself, distancing yourself from people, situations that aren't being cool. And that makes sense to me. I don't even know if you want to hear whatever this communication is, because it looks like whatever this communication is has taken a long time to come, like an honest communication, so to speak. Yeah, 100% with this. This is Page of Pentacles, Page of Coins, Knave of Coins in this deck. Um, I don't know. It's just different now for you, is what I feel. It's just different. It's different, and I think that you're moving into a space where connecting with like-minded individuals, your people, your soul tribe, whatever that means, is way more interesting, 100%. Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. You're not getting that from this current situation, whatever you're being dealt with, or dealing with, I should say. I think someone doesn't want you to look too hard at what's going on this week. If anything, they're still kind of like either making plans or trying to get you to come back around. And that's part of this annoyance, this frustration, this King of Cups. Emotions are running high, and we're in Pisces season, so it makes sense. Jupiter does go direct this week, so it relieves some of that apathy, the laziness that we might be feeling. But it also does make us emotional around what is happening in present time. And that's the thing that you're having the hardest time with, is just, it's not only being yourself. I do feel that, like, just being okay with who you are, with where you're at, not, and I'm saying this in the way of like not judging it. Don't judge yourself. I think that's what you need. There's a lot of judgments. There's a lot of things that are hard to let go of in this present moment in time. But I don't know if that's necessarily because of you yourself. I feel like you're actively trying to do that. You're actively trying to have this conflict resolution, but it's hard to like do that because of whatever, whomever, whether this is you, your own emotions, or just like people projecting onto you. It feels like it's a challenge, and it feels like you're always left waiting and wondering, like no matter what you do, how much energy you put forth, etc., you're always kind of on the losing side of things. And I see you understanding this isn't how it has to be. You have this Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, which is saying that there are other opportunities out there, but you have to kind of get out of your own headspace in this time. And not hold expectation. That's what I'm hearing with this nourish while you wait. I think the hardest thing is there's a lot going on around you that's keeping you occupied, that's keeping you kind of focused on other things that aren't really specifically in alignment with what you want, with what you need, etc. 100%. Five of Swords, places where you're being yeah, King of Wands, that guy, he always shows up for us. Places where you're being rejected or like not received, or I don't know, like it feels like a lack mentality, but not necessarily from you. You keep trying, you keep kind of efforting and putting this focus on what you want and how you're trying to grow and evolve. And I feel like you're getting a lot of backlash from whatever is around you or in your environment. And it's directly related to what you actually think and feel about yourself, right? I know that sometimes that can be a hard thing to wrap our minds around, right? Like, I'm trying to like figure out how to word this. It's like when we're so like, you know how you feel about a situation, but actually following through or pulling the trigger or whatever that is the harder thing to do. And that's where I think this inner conflict resolution is really going to serve you well this week. Because it does look like you have, whether this person's trying to, I don't see someone trying to convince you per se. Otherwise, maybe they are for some of us. It's more of it's a someone who's trying to show you inadvertently. Like, they're not directly saying this, but they're going to show you, if that makes sense. And that's where I don't know, it's like not fun. It doesn't feel good. Actually, like the way that they do things provokes you. It actually kind of makes you emotional. It's annoying. And that might be the reason why this attract through the glow is being blocked for you this week, because you might let someone get the best of you, or maybe you kind of self-protect because of what they're choosing, or however that fares out for you. Essentially, like giving your power away, maybe even unintentionally. Guardian angel, know that you're protected. Know that, like, whomever you're dealing with, you are protected. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we do have to go through these harder situations or the things that don't feel so pretty just to get onto the other side. And I think you have a lot of opportunity to be better than what's going on in your current reality. It does force you to be better than, it does force you to kind of take the higher road, right? Finding your inner peace. In the moments of peace, intuition speaks the loudest. That's like when we actually hear what our intuition is saying. But we need to find that peace first. And sometimes finding the peace is the hardest thing. And it looks like whatever you're navigating through this week, peace is hard to find. But you're not letting it put you down per se. You're just having to deal with a lot of annoyances, a lot of frustrations. Trust your gut. Your body knows the truth. Trust your gut feelings 100%. And it makes a lot of sense with like how I'm seeing this energy, because I do see a lot of like things that are coming back at you or challenging you. in a way that you have to be strong in self. And we've kind of talked about this in past readings, like getting really clear on what you think, on what you feel around situations. So you're not fumbling about. And not that that's a bad thing to fumble, but it's more about like confidence and integrity. That's what I'm hearing it as, right? Because I feel like you have a really clear understanding, a really clear vision on what's happening. But if we're not confident in self, then it can seem like not true, or like I don't know. It's making peace with yourself. It's making peace with what you see, with what you understand about your life situations, and not being afraid to communicate that to other people, but staying grounded in that self, right? Not flailing about, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, because I think that that's like the key point, right? We can acknowledge, we can understand the difficulties that we're going through, but if we're not like confident in what we think, what we feel, especially around people, around situations, it makes us really willy-nilly. It also makes it hard for people to trust us. And it's very, very difficult when you're trying to communicate pain, grief, suffering to people who just don't understand. I mean, it almost makes the grief worse. And I'm saying this just from like my own experience. I've been through a lot over the past few years, and there have been people who have blatantly just like disregarded my pain for their own happiness or justification or whatever. And it's almost as traumatic as the trauma that you go through, right? So I'm saying that because we want to protect self. Like, don't you want to protect yourself, but you also want to make sure that you're like confident in your understanding and your knowledge of what has happened and why you're making the choices that you are moving forward, because that's going to make you the stronger version of yourself, right? It's about finding your inner peace and trusting your gut in a way to move forward, and then knowing that spirit does have your back 100%. Always. Spirit, universe, God, however you understand it. We have so much support. We have so much support when we tune in, when we dial into that support. We don't have to, uh, you know, invest in the fear and the anxiety. It really just doesn't get us anywhere. And it's like not fun at the same time, right? So, all that to say, thank you so much for your time, energy always. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated here for you. Thank you so much for your time, energy always, especially if you've made it this far in the reading. I super appreciate you, your support, your love to the channel. No, it blesses my heart. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, I love to connect, say hey, sharing a little love, a little TLC with the community. It's one of my favorite parts of YouTube, and I so appreciate all the love and the support that you bring my way. Know that I'm sending it back to you this week. I hope you have a fabulous week. I'll be live on Thursday, and I will upload the shorts throughout the week. So thank you. Stay tuned. Have a fabulous week.